This is just a very quick video talking about the concept of rewarding our dogs for hides they've already found. This is something that came up recently, a question from a client, and I think that it's a very good topic to talk about, but there's lots of possibilities. So we're going to tackle this from a container search perspective. So here we can see we have our handy dandy little graphic, and it's showing a dog is going to be tackling a search where there are different hides. So there are three total hides in this setup, and we have rows of closed containers. So we're going to say that our dog in this scenario is going to be finding hide number one. We come up, we reward them, tell them how great they are, what a good little puppy. Then they come up and they find hide number two. Fantastic. You are just the best. But then they kind of move on and maybe they then come back. And you're like, oh, what do I do now? And this is where we start getting into, well, it depends. So let's say that our dog in this scenario is a newer dog. Maybe they have just only recently been introduced to the concept of hunting for birch, as an example. In that scenario, for myself, I'm probably going to give this dog at least one cookie when they return back to this hide. Why is that? Well, I'm trying to show them that birch is actually valuable. If they've only been hunting for a very short period of time, and they just may simply not know that birch actually pays. And I want that to be really super clear. That would apply for any newer odor that I may be introducing the dog to, but there will be a differential as far as how many cookies I give. So, as an example, when they first find this hide, I'm probably going to jackpot them. I'm going to give them a whole bunch of different treats and goodies and reward and tell them how great they are. If they happen to come back to the hide, again, if they're brand new to this concept, then maybe I just give them one little cookie and then we go on from there. There are also different approaches that we may want to take in order to help this make a little bit more sense to the dog when they're first starting. Maybe if I'm going to be working with multiple hides out inside of a search area, maybe I pick up the containers after the dog has found them and they move on. That's a possibility as well. So that's one scenario. We have a brand new dog. Let's say that we don't have a brand new dog. Okay, well, then we still have some more questions we have to ask ourselves. Why is the dog coming back? And what are they actually looking for? What do I mean? Well, let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into this search. Let's say, as an example, that this is my setup. My wind or my airflow is actually coming down in the direction that you see my little wind icon things. So it's coming down across and diagonally across the search area. Why does that matter? Well, that means that you're going to have odor escaping from the actual top container, and it's going to be flowing into my other row of containers. We're going to probably have some converging odor going on. And what that means is that my dog may actually need to have odor information on the other odor containers in order to get back to the missing hide. What do I mean? It may look something like this. Dog comes up, they find their first hide. Oh, you're amazing. We reward them, tell them how amazing they are. They then come up and find their second hide. Oh, you are the bestest dog that ever lived. What a good puppy. But then they move along. They're like, that's interesting. There's all this other information within the space as far as what's going on with the odor. They may then go back to this hide in order to differentiate which odor molecules are from the hide that they found, the purple dots, and which odor molecules are from the hide that's missing, the blue dots. This is what we call triangulating. The dog in this situation is not looking for another cookie. They're just trying to understand what's going on. And in that situation, we wouldn't want to re reward because we'd actually be interrupting the dog. Instead, we just want to breathe and wait, and the dog will go and find the hide themselves. Again, it's good to ask questions when we are evaluating what our dogs are doing. But there's another scenario as well. Let's say, again, we're tackling the same exact search, right? We have our three hides, we have our two rows of containers. The dog is searching. They find hide one. What a brave puppy. They go on, they find hide number two. You are the bestest puppy that ever lived. And then as they're starting to move on, there's a loud noise. There's something that happens. This can happen at training or in trialing. Maybe someone slammed a door. Maybe there was a car that backfired. Who knows? Something happened that then drew in your dog's attention, potentially even worried them They are no longer searching. You've lost them, as it were. The environment is winning out in this situation. Particularly at trial, we may then opt to reward the dog at a hide they already found in order to bring them back into the game, in order to show them how brave they are. And then potentially we can get them back into working again. Would we want to do this all the time? Probably not. But it's a tool that we could potentially use. So when we ask ourselves, do you re-reward a dog when they have found a hide? The answer is it depends. There's some instances where we very well may want to do that for a brand new baby dog, for a dog who's inside a training or trialing situation where maybe we're trying to show them we really can do this. This is awesome. Maybe we want to give our dog a win. They've been working really hard. They're really tired. They're mentally strained, whatever the case may be. But there are other situations like when our dog is triangulating, they're going back to a hide they already found. They're not even looking for a cookie. We would be interrupting them for rewarding that again. They're just trying to get the odor information. But if our dog was consistently going back to hides they've already found, and they're like, okay, this is a Pez dispenser. Give me all the cookies for this one. I refuse to find any other hides. That would be a problem. So the point is that there's a lot more that goes into this. A simple yes or no or always or never probably isn't going to really cut it. And we really want to see, what does our dog think the game is all about? What is it that our training is underlining for our dog for their understanding? And what type of approaches are going to work best based upon where our dogs are in their sniffy journey right now? I hope you found this video helpful. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. We're always happy to help. Thanks so much. Happy training. Look forward to seeing you soon.